Welcome to the 49 Project. Yesterday I turned 49, and I want to be honest about something. Birthdays, they used to just come and go for me. But this one hit different. Now, not in some sad way, but in a wake-up kind of way. I looked at where I'm at and where I want to be in a year, and I realized that the gap between those two things is only going to close if I actually do something about it. So here's what I'm doing. This is the first video in a series I'm calling the 49 Project. Over the next year, I'm working towards two things. First, I'm going to step on stage and compete in a bodybuilding show, the first time since my 20s. And second, and honestly, this is the bigger one, I'm working on becoming the kind of man I actually want to be by the time I turn 50. And I want to be clear about something before we go any further. I'm not doing this because I have it all figured out. I'm doing this because I don't. There are things about how I show up every day, how I handle stress, how I treat the people around me, how disciplined I actually am when no one's watching, that I want to change. I'd rather work on all of this out loud, in front of people, than sit at home and pretend everything is already fine. Now let me tell you where I'm starting from. All right, so here's where I'm starting from. Right now I'm about 218 pounds, of a little under 11% body fat according to my Hume scale, which I'm sure is probably off. Just turned 49 yesterday, so I'm a day into my 49th year, or 50th year, however you want to calculate it. And competing in a bodybuilding show is something I did in my 20s, and I haven't done it since. And I've always felt like I was probably just too old or I couldn't get into that shape, but I realized that's just an excuse I'm telling myself. And I talk about not making excuses, and now I'm going to prove to myself that there is no excuse for that. So I want to take you along on this journey. Right now I'm training about lifting weights about 5 days a week. I work with an online coach who's been a tremendous help, and I'll talk more about him on the next episode. I also do my walking every single morning, non-negotiable, 45 minutes on the treadmill every day. My diet's pretty clean. I follow the plan that I get every week. I'm sticking to it about 90% of the time. I give myself a little bit of flexibility. Then I'm also running a law firm. I'm building out a coaching business, an online community. I run a mastermind. I have 3 kids. One of them, my son, works here at the law firm. My oldest daughter is going into her senior year of high school, so we're applying for colleges. My youngest daughter is going into her 8th grade year. So outside of just fitness, I have a lot of stuff in my life going on. And that's why I want to just open this up and be transparent and show people that it can be done no matter where you are in life, no matter the things you have going on. If you put your mind to something and you put the discipline behind it, you can accomplish those things. I promise you that. So now we got that out of the way, here's what the series is going to look like. Every week I'm going to bring you into the training, the nutrition, the numbers as they change. But I also want to bring you into parts that most fitness channels skip over. The mental side, the mornings I don't want to get up, the days the diet feels impossible, the moments where I have to decide if I'm actually the man I say I want to be or if I'm just talking about it. I'm also going to show you the business side, the personal side, all aspects of my life. So if you're anywhere close to my age and you've had that thought that maybe it's too late to start something hard or too late to change, I want you to stick around for this because I don't know the answer yet either. That's kind of the point. We're going to find this out together in real time, no editing out the hard parts. In next episode, I'm going to get into more of the details of the plan. Maybe the show I'm going to target, what the timeline looks like, the things I'm going to be doing, even some stuff on the business and the plans for that. So if you want to see the whole thing build from the ground up, this is where it starts. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.